Hi, today we're going to talk about a topic that is really important to me and something that I think more employers and employees should make better use of, and that is employer-sponsored legal insurance. We're going to talk about what it is, how you can use it. It's something that a lot of people don't know about that could really change their lives in a lot of ways. So I'm Mark Lyda from Lyda Law Firm. Let's get started. So first off, what we're not talking about here is liability insurance. I want to make that distinction at the outset. So liability insurance is much more commonly known and much more widely used in the United States. And that's the type of insurance that you have if you are, for example, driving a car. You're required to have liability insurance. If you get in a fender bender, that's your fault. Your insurer will pay for the other motorist's damage. And then if there's some sort of dispute over the amount of damages, or that other motorist sues you, your liability insurance company will provide the attorney to mount a defense on your behalf. That is liability insurance. Also think of like doctors, lawyers, accountants, realtors having professional liability or errors and omissions insurance, or even businesses themselves having commercial general liability insurance. If you've watched any of the videos about how to set up a business, you've probably heard me talk about commercial general liability insurance. So all of that is liability insurance. It is the type of insurance that protects you only if you get sued for specific types of lawsuits. That's not what we're talking about today. What we're talking about is something that really a lot of people don't know about, particularly in the United States, because it's more so a European concept that's starting to spread in the United States, and that is employer-sponsored legal insurance. So it covers more than just liability for specific types of lawsuits. It covers you if you want a lawyer to look over a contract for your home loan or your home purchase, or if you have a neighbor dispute or a contract dispute, or if you want a basic estate plan, if you want a will, a living will, those sorts of things. That's what I'm talking about with employer-sponsored legal insurance. So it's similar to how we have dealt with medical insurance in this country for a number of decades. And that is that it's just something you would sign up for as part of your kind of basic HR benefits package. But it's just not been commonly used in the United States. Like I said, it's more of a European concept, but it's spreading here, particularly as a way for larger employers to compete for top employee talent. So it's something that you'll see a lot of tech companies or hospitals or even local governments offer to their employees. And it can be a great way for employers to distinguish themselves, to compete for that talent, like I said. And it's something that if you have a job for any size company right now, your employer may offer it as a benefit to you and you don't even realize it. So it's something where you would talk to your HR department to see if it's something that's offered at your company. If it's not offered at your company, it's something that, of course, you can request from HR to see if that it's something that your company would be willing to offer. Major types of, or the major specific insurers that I see out there and that we work with, one big one is called ARAG, ARAG. That's a German initialism because they're actually, I think they're based in Germany and they work throughout the United States and throughout the world. MetLife also offers legal insurance. Workplace Options is another one that your employer might offer, which is not so much insurance, meaning they wouldn't pay for your lawyer, but they have a network of lawyers who will give you a discount if you are referred to them through Workplace Options, that sort of thing. If your employer does not offer legal insurance, like I said, talk to your employer about whether they'd be willing to offer it. If they are not willing to offer it, you might look into kind of private, personally purchased legal plans, but if you do that, just make sure to really read the fine print before you sign up for paying monthly dues to something where you don't really understand what benefit it will actually provide you in practice. If your employer does not offer legal insurance and you don't want to go the privately purchased legal plan route, then you will be paying out of pocket for an attorney whenever you might need one. So when you're doing that, make sure that you are talking about pricing up front and what are the fees, what is an estimated budget, and that sort of thing when you're talking to a lawyer if you are paying out of pocket, because all too often legal fees are totally opaque. I say it's like going into an emergency room without insurance and thinking, I have no idea what this is gonna cost me. Too frequently, that's how legal fees are dealt with in this country. So make sure to have that conversation up front with your attorney. That's an important part of selecting an attorney, particularly if you are paying out of pocket. How do you select an attorney from your legal insurance plan? If you have legal insurance, typically you can access other clients' ratings of the attorneys that you're considering hiring through your legal insurance plan. So check out those ratings and reviews. And also when you call through the list of lawyers that your insurance company has provided you, pay special attention to who is responsive to you, who seems organized in their approach for helping you. Most attorneys won't be able to offer, immediate same-day assistance. Maybe some will, but it's important that you kind of have a good rapport with the law firm that you might select and that you get a good sense of them being organized in their approach for handling legal insurance cases. Lastly, I want to talk about what types of matters, what types of legal needs might your legal insurance plan cover. So if you have a contractor dispute, that's a frequent one. A contractor has run off with your money, you hired them to do some work on your house and they haven't done it, or they haven't done it satisfactorily. A lot of times those types of disputes wouldn't make sense to hire an attorney for out of pocket, because the amount you'd pay the attorney is more than the amount that you would be disputing. So it doesn't make sense. Legal insurance is wonderful for leveling the playing field in those sorts of cases. So it might be a consumer protection dispute where maybe there's something wrong with your car or solar panels or some other large purchase. Like I said, maybe you have a contractor dispute. Maybe you have a dispute with your HOA or with your neighbors or something of that nature. But it doesn't have to just be disputes. It can also be something like you want a contract reviewed. Say you're purchasing a house, or you are entering into an agreement, with somebody you're living with about how the mortgage will be paid. Those sorts of agreements can be covered by legal insurance. Say that you want a will done for, maybe any phase of your life. Maybe you have a new family, maybe you're later in life and you want a will drafted up and living will and related documents. Those can be covered by legal insurance. Landlord-tenant disputes are a big one. Just like real estate transactions and real estate disputes can be covered by legal insurance, so can landlord-tenant disputes. So a lot of, if your landlord doesn't return your security deposit in time, for example, that's a very common type of situation that we see and that legal insurance will cover if you have legal insurance. So I think it's really good for society that more and more legal insurance is being offered, because like I said, it does level the playing field, and it's a way of addressing some of these smaller dollar value injustices that you see in the world, where it might not be economical to do so out of pocket. So I do encourage you to talk to your HR representative and see if your employer does offer legal insurance or would offer legal insurance. Thanks for watching. Please remember to click like and subscribe to help keep legal education free and accessible for small business owners, nonprofits, and moderate income individuals. And also, please check out our podcast. It's called Coffee, Lunch, Beer. It's a mentorship podcast where we interview people with interesting careers, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts.